Well, today we're going to talk about attacks on Christians. The Biden administration is silent on the issue, of course, because they are complicit, of course. They would rather talk about fake violence against trans people, something we've debunked on this show, by the way, since they won't talk about it, though we will. For hundreds of years, Christian churches have been off limits to war, an off limits zone from Europe to Latin America. I remember my Latin American history classes in college reading texts, how a family could rush into a church, seek sanctuary, while fascists tried to kill them. Even if they faced certain death from soldiers, the soldiers would stop at the front door of a church and spare their lives. In medieval Europe, a person could seek sanctuary in a church and remain safe and be cared for, actually. Truth. But that's no longer the case, and certainly not the case in Gaza, one of the holiest sites for Christians in the world. Christianity was, of course, born here, and it's where thousands of Christians live and worship. In fact, one of the oldest communities of Christians in the world lives in Gaza, dating back to the 1st century. Their plight has been ignored. Many of you, by the way, were very smart on this in our chat room. Many of you, at the very beginning of this, were asking, what about the Christians who live there? And many of you, in fact, who were talking about the Christians being attacked in that area. Would they be somehow protected, separated from Hamas? Would they be discriminately removed and not attacked? Many of you told us about your Christian family members who were trapped in Gaza, by the way. I recall one night where one impassioned viewer was telling us about her, I think it was her brother, was trapped there and trying to get out safely. You told us about church groups who were trying to get the messages out, and it seemed like it was falling on deaf ears. This weekend, we received the clearest sign yet that Christians have been deliberately targeted and killed by Israeli defense forces. This weekend, Israeli forces destroyed multiple neighborhoods with U.S. weapons. Look at this. Entire neighborhoods just carpet bombed and wiped away. Multiple well-known Christian sites attacked and destroyed. And European leaders, by the way, are silent, mostly. Up until this morning, Italy was silent, oddly. Like, why is Italy so silent? And then they finally came out today and announced this. In a rare show of criticism against Israel, Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani has slammed Israeli forces for shooting 2 women dead inside of a church in Gaza. An Israeli sniper shot 2 women inside a church. He said, this has nothing to do with the fight against Hamas because the terrorists are certainly not hiding in Christian churches, Tajani said. Spain is silent. Not a peep. Portugal silent. Most of Europe is completely silent about it. President Biden silent about it. White House completely silent about it. Shh, don't talk about it. Can't talk about it. It's inconvenient to talk about it.